Ready?
DK, having your way. DK, woo!
What if Deku was a speedster? So we're pretty much going to start this off nice, short, and simple. Unlike most of the what ifs that I've done in the past and even the potential videos I've uploaded, we're going to go straight into it. Yeah. So Deku doesn't do any training before when the show actually starts, okay? He does a lot of his training during that brief period of time when they're doing the USJ entrance exam, like during those few months. But we will have a brief monologue and backlog of what generally happened. So around 4, him and Bakugo, they realize like they got quirks, but like Bakugo's just kind of like, yeah, I got the explosions, and then Deku's like, I got jitter step, and that's something like one of the quirk doctors or somebody, you know, gave the name for it or whatever, right? So what ended up happening is, at first, Deku kind of just used that bad boy, like he's able to speed blitz people and stuff. So Bakugo really didn't like bully him, but he kind of did degrade him just like a little bit, because like, bro, it's just kind of like, your quirk is good and all, but like, what are you really gonna do, because like you can't move and this and that. So like they was like neutral-ish, like on the verge of being cool, okay? Bakugo didn't really bully him, but he like also wasn't like the best homie, like if he had a cool quirk. So it's kind of like that in between. So most of Deku's growing up wasn't nearly as bad. Deku just spent a lot of time trying to figure out how he can get his quirk to work. Why does a quirk work this way? It's a pretty weird quirk, and all sorts of stuff like that. But enough of that. Let's get to more of the meat and potatoes of this, right? So we fast forward many moons later. Deku isn't as fanboy as he has been in the past, where he's like, you know, quirks this, quirk that. He's still big on the quirks and learning how they are and stuff, but he's just toned that down because he's just been working on himself, so he hasn't really had time to do all that. He's been working out, he's been trying to strengthen his body and do all sorts of stuff. So when we see this Deku around the, you know, 14 age mark, before he goes into middle school, he has a fairly nice built physique. But he doesn't like tight clothes, so he wears baggy clothes, and most people don't know. We do the USJ entrance exams and all that type of stuff. Not the UAJ. We do the, when they're talking about going to the hero schools and stuff. We do that, and everything happens the way it happens. Bakugo doesn't actually get angry at Deku. No one makes fun of him. They're just like, oh, okay. I mean, Deku is pretty smart. I don't know how he's gonna do it with that jitter step quirk, isn't it? And people do kind of laugh at him and stuff like that, and Deku doesn't take it too seriously. He's not really worried about that. He's kind of on his like grind set. He's just like locked in. He's completely focused, right? So some more time passes, and during this part of the training, Deku starts, and we're cutting out a lot of details for obvious reasons, but Deku starts training. He starts realizing like, hey, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, I could do that, blah blah blah. And he's just realizing that his quirk may have more potential, and he realized, he called it time perception, but all it is when a speedster moves at high speeds, they can move at high speeds, but if their time perception isn't also on par with that, it's not gonna help. And we'll do a quick overview of how this particular version of the quirk is gonna work. It's more of a, his body activated more and more to it. His joints got more lubricant. His bones, bodies, and all that stuff was more adapted to the speed. The more he utilized his quirk, the more he trained, the more he strengthened his body and stuff. And he eventually did get to the point where he was able to utilize the quirk. So now we'll fast forward to when they're going to the entrance exam, right? This is where everyone's getting big hype, big ready, big everything for it and stuff, right? And so Bakugo's like, I already know I'm gonna pass. I don't know about you, Izuku, but I know for a fact I'm gonna make it in this, and that. And Deku's just like, he's got more of a somber, more of a sad look on his face. And he said simply, Kachan, I'm gonna pass. And Bakugo was taken away with that for multiple reasons. He hasn't been called Kachan in a minute, and also Deku's never been the one to be per se confident. He's not insecure or anything, but what's going on? And then Deku just simply says, I'll meet you when we get in there, or when we're done. And this is how it plays out. Bakugo's the one that falls. He meets with Uraraka, and Bakugo says some like smart ass response of like, I didn't need your help, round face, but thank you, or something. This Bakugo, once again though, isn't as obnoxiously arrogant and stuff to per se, because Deku didn't infuriate him and make him insecure. That's just the reasoning I'm making. So now we get into when the USJ actually starts. And Deku, I mean the USJ, when the entry exam starts, I'm trying to rush it. When the entry exam starts off, and Deku's just there with a somber expression, just and then the dude says, all right, are y'all ready? And then Deku just, everyone stops moving. They're moving like very, very slowly, and Deku just walks past everyone. And he said, yeah, with his hands in his pocket too. He's just walking. As I know, I'm the only one that could be here. And he just starts gently, it's like he's moving at fast speeds or whatever, and he starts just punching the robots, just punching them, and he's just walking, but like he's moving really fast. And he's just like, and he's just kind of like looking at these robots. These robots don't even know I'm here. And he's just very somber, because it's like he's in this space of time. It's almost like time itself has stopped, and he's just there, right? So he's like very upset, but like not upset at the same time. And he's just like, damn, all that training, all that time I was hyped for what? As he's kicking robots and just doing all this stuff. And then like he saves some robot. Actually, I don't think he will. He's gonna just mess up most of the robots, but it'll be enough for everyone to pass, so no one has to retake it. Pointless detail. And so he does that, and then he just like waits. He's like on one of the buildings, like a little shop stand or something. He's just there. And then people are like, what are y'all waiting for? What are y'all waiting for? There's no go in a real battle or something like that. And everyone sprints out or whatever, and they're just seeing like robots littered everywhere. Aizawa, the principal, and all of them are just like, what the? And then on one of the cameras, they see Izuku, and Zuko's just like, just waves at it. And then they're like, the principal, Netsu, he's like, huh, what is his quirk? Do any of y'all know? Aizawa? And he's like, his quirk seems to be jitter step. It allows him to move at accelerated speeds, but it seems like his quirk might be something more akin to a speedster in nature. He says, very interesting. Okay, I see then. So, using that, I would be able to deduce that he probably is the one that destroyed all those robots. His speed's impressive. Oh, he's gonna pass for sure. And Aizawa said, I don't think he would say anything. And then I think Mike might be like, yeah, but what will he do when we bring that out, right? And so what I ended up thinking would happen is like more time would pass, people would fight off the robots, and I think they would probably have extra robots. I don't know why, but like just because. And similar things happen, right? But this time differently, right? Mike or whoever presses the button for the robot was a little more anxious because your boy was moving so smooth and so clean, right? So more robots come out, but before the 0 point robot come out, because they talked about it, they got like these bigger robots coming out, and everyone's getting like smacked around and just like beat up and stuff. And Deku's just watching it because he's got points. He doesn't gotta help. And then the 0 point robot shows up. That robot just like, yeah, I'm in this bitch. He even hitting the little jig and shit like, I'm in this bitch, and just B5 4, I'm Himothy, bro. And everyone's like, ugh, they are shocked and stuff. And Deku's actually in the line of path and is like, I'll deal with that when that becomes a problem. And he looks over and he sees like multiple people down and out, and he's like, well, that sucks. Deku starts stretching a little bit, stretching out his legs and stuff a little bit, and he jumps down. And he's like, all right, Time to be a hero. And then he walks. Hopefully you guys liked the video and you made it all the way to the end. I'm gonna do 10-minute videos in intervals and have that upload throughout the week, and I'm gonna only be doing one particular what if as of right now. If y'all guys hit the like goal of 20 likes, I'm willing to upload the next part same day, hell, and then it will go up from there. Also, if y'all got any recommendations or any other ideas for the channel as a whole, let me know. Also, go check out my Dragon Ball Z channel, Dragon Ball Z. What if Boss DK? What if Boss DK of Dragon Ball Z? What if Naruto and stuff like that? Give me some ideas for that. And yeah. I hope y'all liked it. The main what if that I'm working on for the movie is gonna be what if Deku was a villain. And besides that, I'll catch you guys later and y'all have a good one, okay?